Hey Sagittarius, welcome to Dark Eve Tarot. I'm Eve, and we are going to get you a reading. I am using, what am I using? I don't know, some kind of something light tarot. But we're going to read about your darkness. We are going to read about your darkness, Sagittarius. I have three kind of prompts that we're going to pull cards on. The first one is the darkness that you take in. The second one is the darkness you give out. And then the third one is darkness in transition. All right, Sagittarius, darkness. So we have the Knight of Wands, darkness that you take in. I mean, this is kind of a Sagittarius kind of card, too. All right, except, I don't know, I feel like you are... Like, the Knight of Wands, to me, the Knight of Wands seems like he lacks, or he or she, whatever, lacks a bit of, lacks some wisdom. It's almost like he's too willing to rush out. And I feel like this is about you and your agitation here, Sagittarius, letting too many things freaking bother you. It's like you just suck it up like it's candy or Kool-Aid or something. And it's like, I mean, I don't blame you though. I mean, you're super fire sign, right? It's like you suck up that fire. It's so easy. You know what I mean? It's like you would literally have to have a conscious effort to not do that. So what's the advice here? What's the advice for Sagittarius? All right, so you're being asked to, number one, slow down a little bit. But also, like, put yourself in kind of like information absorption mode. Because the Page of Spheres is, you know, it can be like a student type card. Like you're not always the expert, Sagittarius, but you also don't have to feel like you have to be the expert at ever, you know what I mean? It's not a requirement here. We have the Six of Cups. So it's almost as if you learned this at a very young age. You've been taking in this type of darkness for a while. But again, that makes sense because, you know, the Knight of Wands, it's like it's easy. It's easy for you. Then we have the Moon. So the Moon, you know, this Moon card is accentuating the phases of the Moon here and cycles. I think that's pretty cool because the full moon, you know, like the full moon is like a spotlight, right? It really illuminates things for us. it illuminates things in the darkness. So I feel like if you're in this like kind of student mode or just in a state of awareness, then you can have a much bigger handle on this if you're worried about taking in too much of that type of darkness, right? It's like the moon is there to shine the spotlight. So it would be like super super obvious like during a full moon when the spotlight's shining right on it. You know what I mean? The full moon reveals, right? So let's look at the next section here, which is a light. No, not a light. A darkness. A darkness that you give out. A darkness that you give out. We have a whole lot of rejection here. A whole lot of rejection. Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups. You know, part of me feels a little bit like it could show up in the form of quitting. Like moving on, but it's quitting. It's not, like not 100% healthy. But this is something that you're giving out, though. You are, like kind of like it exudes from you a little bit. God, it seems kind of negative. Just seems like just a little bit of or maybe not a little bit. There's 8 cups there, but negativity. Like this isn't for me. I don't like this. I hate that. This sucks. This is stupid. Or you know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff. What's interesting is that all of that could be true. You know what I mean? Like that could actually suck. That could really blow. Or this is not for you. Da 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 da. But like, does it need to be announced? Does it need to be? Does that like does that need to be the dominant thing that like comes out of you, right? Like what about the stuff that is cool? What about the stuff that you like? What about the stuff that pleases you? You know what I mean? I mean, there's no judgment here. This is just, you know, this is what you're the darkness you're taking in. This is the darkness that you tend to put out. Do with the information what you may. So here we have the King of Pentacles. You're a master at it. You could do it with your eyes closed. You could do it with one hand tied behind your back, Sagittarius. I mean, like, he even has a look of distaste on his face here. Like, his mouth is frowning down. Like, just everything tastes bad. Oh, I see that you're a little defensive here. So we have the Seven of Wands, which is a card of self-defense. And you see this tiny little figure in the center surrounded by this ring of darkness, right? Like exuding that, man, super defensive, but you can dish it out. You sure can dish it out. But when the tables are turned, it's not so pleasant, I guess. Well, no, I don't guess, I know. And then we have the Seven of Spheres. This feels like advice for you. So the Seven of Spheres, you know, the Seven of Pentacles, this is that kind of, like the King of Spheres knows about, and even the Page of Spheres, right? It's all pentacles, right? It's like, slow and steady wins the race. So if you do want to overcome this, if you want to overcome it, then slow and steady wins the race. It's like get all of your, line up, get all your ducks in a row. Start, just start, right? It feels like it has like a cumulative effect. Like the more you pay attention to it, the more you don't do it. So the last section here is a darkness that's in transition. So this could be something shadowy within you or about you that is either getting bigger or smaller or just changing in some way. Oh, nice. Okay. So we have the Knight of Swords here, which is, the Knight of Swords is a little bit ruthless, especially with the words, like cut you down to size kind of person. I feel like your words, it's weird. It's like when you're dealing with people. Cause like here, like in this darkness that you put out, I don't feel like it's necessarily towards people. It's just in general. Like you could just be sitting at home and fuming all this stuff out and just have it all around your aura or whatever. You know what I mean? Like just stinking up the place with it. But not necessarily like, like attacking people with it or whatever. You know what I mean? But this feels attacky. This Knight of Swords feels like verbally piercing people. You know what I mean? But this is a darkness that's in transition. And for you, Sagittarius, I feel as if it is lightening up a little bit. It like as if you've made a conscious effort or you've learned to pick your battles kind of thing. This is lightening up for you. Well, looky here. We have the Ace of Wands. Something really, like you had some kind of awakening here. I don't know if it was just like you finally hit rock bottom and you had to change your ways or whatever, but there is this is some major motivation. It's like you are motivated to it's like you were motivated to work on this, like you've been working on it. I mean, like something like that, like it's like creative kind of, passion-y stuff. I mean, I could see this happening for someone who like maybe just had a baby or something, where, and then you're like, oh, and their whole world changes and they have a different outlook and maybe they're not as critical as they used to be or blah, 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 that kind of thing. See, we have the Five of Cups here and it's the result. The Five of Cups it's a little bit sad. And it speaks about remorse. Perhaps there's a part of you that regrets some of the harsh things that you've said over the years or whatever. I like this. So, Seven of Cups, I like this. Seven of Cups a lot of times comes to me as a card of variety, actually. Not so much, it's not always a confusion card. It can be just variety. Like there's many options, many ways. I feel like you are going to find your way through this. I feel like this is going to lighten up, and it's not going to be. It has the potential to not really be a shadow issue for you anymore. In this middle row here again, I think this is something that you do exude some of this darkness here, but I think it's it's like you exude it into your space wherever you are. I don't feel like this is like towards people as much as it is like, like darkening up your own space. All right, so Sagittarius, this is your darkness message. Thanks for being here. I'll see you later. Bye.